Hey guys, today's Wednesday, April the 19th of 2023, and I want to go over energy, metals, and DX, US dollar, pre-US market. So without any further delay, let's get into it, man. Whoa, wrong indicator here. As you can see, the crude on the daily got a PPS sell signal, contract, uh, rollover, and you can see that it's getting weak. Look at the 4 hour. 4 hour was telling us, and it already broke below 79.40. So that's not good for natural gas. You know, they say high tides lift all boats, but if there is low tide, chances are it could push everybody down in regards to the energy sector. What's funny is, like I said in my last video, we were going up while we were going sideways. And now that we're getting our Momo, but you know, sometimes markets are correlated, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they vibrate to their own, frequency and vibration. So there is weakness in crude. There's a pullback. Let's see if it holds, but it's going to be in this range. So that's, it's expected. That was a lot of energy spent to go up there. Same thing with RBOB. We're pulling back in. There's a swing high here of 271. It's already 269 or hovering around there. So that could be support. If not, it's going to push lower and maybe test to 238, but kind of be in this, this range. You can see it on the 4 hour. Same thing. Natural gas, we pierced 234 and 230. That's where the bears are camping. Even push it all the way to 237 or 238. I'll go over this in details, but look at the squeeze play. Looks like the pressure is to the upside right here. And you see the histogram already getting weak. You got a PPS sell signal. The mobiles haven't broken yet. It's still positive, still kind of hanging in there, but now you're hovering around 231. You need to hold 230, man. That's like super support. We need to hold that. If that fails, then it could probably push lower and then kind of bounce up and maybe do another, leg higher. But we'll see how, let's see how we close this week. That's very important, where we close. Heating oil. Looks like now the pressure's to the downside. It's just consolidating. This one is just kind of like, you got to wait to either you go above 277 or go below 250, but it's just kind of sideways now going down. You can see in the 4 hour, it's just pretty negative. Let's go to the gold. Gold, you got to watch the dollar. The dollar hasn't taken out that low of 101. And you can see the 4 hour now is starting to get a little weak and push in. If it pushes lower, 1938 support. But it needs to hold this this pivot high of 1975. It's dancing around 1982. This needs to hold in order for this to go up and test that 278. Same thing with silver. We need to hold 224.75, and it's dancing around there. If it doesn't, there's going to be some other pivots to find support. Maybe the center of gravity, the 50% from these two swing points, or actually from maybe this swing point. But the 4 hour, you can see this getting a little weaker. But we'll see where we close this week. But so far, 24.75 needs to hold. Copper, nothing's really changed. 407, 408, point of control. It's just oscillating from there. You can see there's a squeeze play setup. There's a squeeze play setup on the weekly and the daily. And something has to give. We're not going to stay in this range forever. So you got to just wait for it to break forward 35 to continue to test $5. Or if it breaks 382, it's probably going to test 313 all the way to 350, around there and change. And palladium, don't sleep on palladium. There's another move happening here. PPS buy signal on the weekly. You broke out of this consolidation pattern of 1532, and so far it's looking good. But if the dollar starts getting Momo, you got to watch out, because it's probably going to back test this pivot high of 1531. And if that holds, that's your other opportunity to go long. But you can see that the squeeze play has been in a squeeze play, and now the trigger is to the upside on the daily. and the histograms are, showing that it wants to go higher. So targets to the upside, obviously 1769. But so far, palladium is looking good. Don't sleep on it. Let's do platinum real quick. Let's see. Platinum, same thing. Prices are going higher. 1119 is the target. You can see that it's just stair stepping. So any pullback would be an opportunity to buy. Squeeze play was set up here and it triggered long. So it's going higher. Right now, what's that? 1074 and it's at 1081. So yes, you got 1074 and you also got 1118. And if it could close above 1117, 18, your target will be next will be 1196. But so far, palladium, platinum are starting to move on their own, while silver and gold are kind of hesitant now. They're kind of like slowing down. Let's go to natural gas. Weekly's looking good. MACD's been good. Market sentiment is very positive. Just kind of choppy here. Target was the 50. I always love the 50. I learned this from First Wave. Then once you break above the 20, chances are you're going to test the 50. And look, it did test it. 237. That's for the 50, and that's where we stall. So I always have the 20, the 50, and the 200. Always in my charts. Sometimes all these other levels, sometimes they don't work, but these moving averages are just like rock solid in regards to resistance and support. So yeah, but it's still positive. Mobile band's still positive. We're trending, but we just stalled here. And the market profile told us this is where the bears are, and this is where they're holding and selling from here. So even though we pierced it, we're pushing. They want to push us lower. So we'll see. Let's see what else I wanted to cover. Levels real quick in 7 minutes. As you can see, now we're at 230 right here. Support, this is the 50 from previous day. So this is an important level, which is 231. Ironically, you see, it lines up with the market profile. So I have it from 234 to 230, and we're not kind of hovering right there. Let's say if it wants to, they want to tank us. 223 is support, 219 all the way to 215. And if we're gonna, even surprise the bears, then targets up to the upside is 242 and 246. Pivots. From the week, you can see that we got very overextended. There's nothing higher than 239, and we're at 238. So we were very close, pulled back, and now we're here. Another support would be 224, which is 225, the square of 9. I mean, they're really going to tank us, and it's 209, but that's really far. The good thing is that we're above, the weekly pivot, center of gravity, 50%. So that's green. On the daily, we're kind of hovering. That's why it's gray. And this needs to hold. Let's see what else. I got anything else? I think that's it here. Anything here? No, there's nothing there. Let me leave this here and let's go into our calendar. Today, it's up. Thursday's up, and then Friday is down, but the weekday is up. So all these are against each other. They're on opposite. But so far, that the trading days have been working. If you look here, my notes from my previous, if you look back, I've had from the 410 for the 419, you'll make money if you're long. And then I broke it down in days. The 10th, you make good money. The 12th, the 14th, the 17th, the 18th is where you make the most money because it's just moving. So from the 410 to 419, and today is what? Today is the 19th. And then 20, it kind of gets a little weaker. It's still up right here, but it's a little weaker. But this is where you make most of your money. And then the next where you make some money will be the 21st, which is Friday, and then Monday. So we'll see how that goes. And then lastly, the square of 9 of Gann, you can see that we made it all the way to 237. There is those are minor fractal angles right here. But the important ones are the ones in red and the ones in blue. So I said that, there's an upside target of 241. And what's interesting is that in the square of 9 regards time from the high of October the 23rd, we're in sync. At 237, at 238, it's dancing around the time price and time calculations. So it'll be interesting to see, as the days go, if we could keep pushing higher. But so far, that's pretty good. Some kind of anomaly that I discovered, but yeah, it's doing good. Support 233, 230, and if we're gonna go down, support now would be that 225 right here. But as you can see, once we get to 240, you line up right there where the 238 lines up with a low of 199. That was February the 22nd. And then if you go to 94, that would be 240. That's where that low was on the April the 14th, 194 right here. But, I wouldn't be surprised if it pushes 241, which is the 45 degree right here. And that's the 90 up here. And then this is the 135. So we'll see how this is all going to play out. As long as we can hold, and it's not looking too good, unless when the U.S. opens, we, regain. But 231 is the point of control in regards to the center of gravity. If we're going to push lower, you already know the levels to the downside. Well, I'm out of time. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar. Oh, you know what? I didn't even cover the dollar. Out of all things, real quick, fail new low and is getting positive. If we close above 102.16, target to the upside would be 102.82. And if we close and push higher than that pivot high, chances are it's going to start stepping and going higher. And my forecast of 98 may not play out unless this is just consolidating still and just trapping people, and they're going to push it down. But keep an eye on the dollar, because it's bringing pressure on gold and silver, not on platinum and palladium, which is interesting, but gold and silver are having a tough time if the dollar goes up, and, some of the energy sectors. I'm going to sign out. Good trading. Success to you.